Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 3 trades this morning, all between 9:30 and 10 a.m. Eastern time. I have everything on video. I'm going to show you everything that happened right now. But first, this is really important. If you've downloaded or updated to Webull 5.0.6 and use customized layout, check to make sure they're still there because mine were gone and I had to remake them this morning, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's pretty important if you use customized layouts. So now we'll take a look at the video, but first, as always, I start with the customized page with my screener set up here. It uses the Webull Active Screener, Top Gainer Screener, and the Quotes widget. So the Active Screener shows you the top 20 stocks organized by volume, and my requirement is if they are up here and on the top gainers list. So an easy way to find them quickly is if you look down here at the bottom top gainer. Right now, it's at 16.39%, so I only have to look at stocks that are above that in their percentage. Obviously, the red ones you can skip over. And once I find one, like here's one, BNGO, does it meet the float size requirement? No, my float size requirement is 100 million shares or less, an absolute max of 110. And if it's the number one stock being traded, since there's so much volume in the number one stock, it can be up to 500 million share float size, but you can see SNDL is not even close to that. It's 1.85 billion, and that's why the price hardly moves at all in that stock, and that's why I don't trade stuff like that. All right, so now let's get to the video. You'll see which stocks I was trading, and I'll tell you why. So, well, first of all, you know why. They all met my screener criteria. But if they don't break out through their previous high, then I don't take a trade or even look for an entry, because if they're not trading above their previous session high, meaning the pre-market or the day before, then they're in a recent downtrend, and I do not take trades against the trend because you're going to lower your probability of being in a winning trade. Does that mean that all trades against the trend never work out? No, of course not, but I'm not willing to add that added risk to my trading. So now there's another thing. I made a clarification of my trading plan today after I've done this a few times now while I was test trading, where I had these charts or stocks where they made an ABCD pattern like LEDS did here. Here's point A, B is somewhere up above the chart, and now it's pulling back. And my cutoff for looking for an entry is if point C breaks below point A. So if the price comes down below point A, then I can no longer take a trade. But while I've been doing this test trading with just one share, I figured, let me try and see if it only comes down by a few cents or by a wick or something like that and then reverses, maybe that's a good setup to take. I don't know, but I've done that now quite a few times and it's pretty much failed every time. And since it's kind of one of those things that is on the edge of your rules, then I just rather remove it from the plan. So I actually clarified the plan today and I'll show you that so I don't take trades like this anymore, because the issue isn't that these trades never work out, but the likelihood of them working out is definitely going to be lower. And when they do lose, it just kind of makes you feel like, you're taking a trade on the edge of your plan anyway. Why are you doing that? So I just made it super clear not to take a trade like that. You could see that one broke out through or made a new high on a 1-minute candle and then just came down and flushed right back down to that point A and then went even lower. So let me show you really quickly. There's still some more trades, but the plan I've updated. It says if point C drops below point A by even as much as 1 cent or a wick, then you can no longer take a trade until another new high has been established. So that's it. So that trade will never happen again. If the price comes all the way down and breaks down through that point A, then I cannot take a trade. So here, RMED is now out of suspension, and now it just needs to make a pullback and then give me a new high, and then I can get in. So here it made a pullback, and now I'm just waiting for a 1-minute candle to make a new high. The high of this candle is 825, so if I see 826 or better, then I trigger my hotkeys to get in. There's 826, and you could see by that little flash that I triggered my hotkeys. But I guess the price was moving around in a very volatile way, or this was maybe a chart lag issue. The charts were lagging a little bit today. I'm not sure if that was just Webull or on other platforms as well. There definitely was chart lag today. and you could see that my order went in much lower than I wanted it to, so I slid it up. I meant to go to 830 and I went to 832 by accident, but then I got filled right away, so nothing I can do about that. Then at that point I just follow my rules, which say my stop loss is 1 cent below the previous candle and my profit target is 2 times that risk, 2 times the difference between those 2 points. So still 832 is not a lot of slippage. I think I wanted 826, and 8 cents would be 1% on an $8 stock, so it's less than 1% slippage, and that's always fine with me, because think about it, if you were trading a dollar stock and let's say your ideal entry was $1 and you got filled at $1, are you going to be upset about that? I hope not. So that's kind of where that comes from. Okay, so now this trade, I don't have to do anything. I have my profit target, my stop loss. It'll take care of itself at this point. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit and show you what happened. This is where, I got the idea that the charts were lagging today here. So you can see it looks like the price is right below my entry, but then all the orders disappear. And at first I'm like, hey, what happened? I saw that, okay, my limit order to sell 1 share at 932 was canceled. So what ended up happening was the price, even though the chart isn't showing it, the price already came down and hit my stop loss there. Now you can see it. And it hit. So the main thing is that your orders get filled, your stop losses and your profit targets get filled when the price hits them, and that's what happened here today. It's unfortunate that the chart didn't show that in real time. That should happen, but sometimes the charts are laggy, and hopefully Webull fixes that at some point. It is a definitely an annoying thing that you do see occasionally happen on Webull. So hopefully that gets fixed. It's been kind of an ongoing problem, although it doesn't happen every day. I would say it happens maybe 1 or 2 days out of the month. So it's not a really bad thing, but when it happens, it is annoying. So RMED, at this point now I have to look for my next entry, which will be the next time a 1 minute candle makes a new high. And obviously point A has not been broken here because it's somewhere way down here on the chart. And this pullback came down here, so this is now point C, and the high of this candle is 788. So I wanted, my ideal entry was 789. I got filled at 793. Again, not bad considering the price of this stock. That's less. That's about 0.5%. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's just about 0.5% of slippage, so not a real big deal. And now, again, I have my profit target and stop loss in place, so I don't have to do anything. And I always use my 2-hour calculator to come up with the profit target. And now I'm just doing some other kind of housekeeping while that trade is playing out. Just like I told you, the 5.0.6 kind of lost the customized layout setting. So I was doing that and fixing up my swing trade with SPXL. So now back to the RMED chart. Still in the trade, same exact trade. The price is just kind of it went up above my position and then pulled back a little bit, and now it's just chopping around. And in the past, I would have maybe, worried about that. Like, oh my gosh, it's not going to hit my target. It's probably going to stop me out. Let me get out for a little bit of profit. And that just does not work in the long run. When you start subjectively judging your trades, once you're in them, you're just going to lose money. I have tons and tons of data showing that I always ended up red in the long run doing that. So now, instead of subjectively deciding whether or not the trade is going to work out, I just take an entry that I know is a good entry, that I know has a high probability of working out, and then I just let my stop loss and my profit target do the work. If the trade fails, it fails, and at least I did everything according to my plan. So here we are watching RMED, and this trade hits my target right there. Let me just show you in real time because it really pops up really fast. Here we are at $8.30. I'm going to hit play. This is all in real time just to show you how quickly this happens. So there we go. Just like that, it shot up and hit my profit target. Moved about 25 cents there in maybe 5 or 10 seconds. So pretty quick moves. But yeah, so that's it. That was a successful trade. I did exactly as planned. I hit my 2-hour profit target. So it's a good thing that I didn't subjectively judge this trade and say, wow, it should have popped up right away, and it didn't. And it's likely going to stop me out. That I would have not had a successful 2-hour trade there. So since I did and the other 2 trades failed, now it's a break-even day. If I took the profits early, it would not be a break-even day. So here's the spreadsheet, 33% win rate today. But since I added that little tidbit to my plan, if I would not have taken that first trade, I would have been at 50% win rate. So that's just, an important note. It doesn't change this chart, obviously, or this spreadsheet. And the average of all my days so far is right here, so slightly above break even. And the average of all the trades so far, we've taken 15 trades, and 5 of them have been green out of the 15 trades. So we're right at break even right now. But again, I've made a few adjustments. That's including error trades. That's including the trade that I took on LEDS. Without those errors, we're at 42%. So that's well above break even. And the average of all of those numbers is 37%, again, above break even. And considering the market has been so choppy right now, if I can just get through this choppy phase, break even or slightly profitable, then I'm going to call this a successful strategy, because I know that if we're using this strategy in a recovery, like coming out of the pandemic or the next big drawdown or something like that, that this strategy should work extremely well. And then when things are not so great, you're going to be break even or a little bit above break even, which I think is pretty much the best you can hope for. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions about the strategy or this plan or any of the trades that I've taken today, and I'll get back to you in the comment section. As always, go into every single trade with a plan. Oh, let me just show you really quick, just so everything is on the up and up. I'll show you the P&L for today. It looks like it's pretty bad, but that's because of the SPXL trade is pulling down. I can even show you that really quick. But here's the RMED, 1 loser, 1 winner. So we ended up with 8 cents. But again, the P&L doesn't mean a lot right now. It's about the win rate for now, because I'm not trading with full position size. So this isn't really reflective of what will happen when I'm trading with full position size. And there's LEDS. We're just trading with 1 share, so that cost us $1.22. Not that big of a deal. And then SPXL right now is down $4.45 on the day, but that's not a day trade. That is a swing trade. We can look at that really quickly. So here's the SPXL swing trade, and the 50 MA is at $96, and that's where my stop is. Here's my entry, so I'm green on that trade by quite a bit now, even though it shows red for the day. That's just because today it's pulling back. So that should cover everything. And again, go into every single trade with the plan. I don't know where my plan went. It's somewhere on this chart. There we go. There's my plan for this trade, and this is a swing trade, so it's a little different. And you've seen my day trading plan is right here, and I have that available to download as well on the Facebook trading group. So as always, go into every trade, no matter what, whether it's a swing trade, a day trade, a long-term investment, have a plan, stick to your plan, have a stop loss and a profit target, take your stop losses when they get hit, honor your profit targets, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.